Hey Facebook, I'm back. Okay, so yes, all right, Instagram and Twitter, we are here. Happy Thursday, guys. Sorry for the delay. I was on time for Facebook, but Lula TV was acting up and I had to reconfigure everything. As a matter of fact, I'm not broadcasting straight to YouTube because I just wanted to get on, and it was easier to do Instagram and Twitter at the same time. I want to say welcome to my new followers. Thank you for joining. I ran ads this week on startupblackbusiness.com and Black Wealth Renaissance on Instagram, and you guys have been so responsive. Really appreciate you. Hello Rebars. Hello Stas5. Really happy for all of the new followers. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. I hope you like it here. So let's get down to business. I'm going to get started officially at 6:10 just to give y'all and myself a little bit of time to get ourselves together. Okay. And at 6:10 is when I will introduce myself and what this is and why you're here, all right? Hope you guys are having a great time. For those of you who are old, family, you've been here, you know what's going on. Don't forget to sign up for the free EIN workshop happening on Monday. We've got about 40 people signed up already. I'm very excited. This is Hot Shot Best on the Yard. Hey, girl. Yeah, so sign up for the workshop. We've got about 40 people signed up already. And I can't wait to interact with all of you and, get these EIN numbers so you can get this business financial life going. Shop Best on the Yard, guys. She is like my business homie. I met her for the first time in real life at the Accelerate 180 conference this past month. And she's awesome. She makes these cool custom tumblers, particularly if you went to an HBCU, but I've seen her make ones for Game of Thrones themed. One was for like personalized businesses. She is so awesome. So if you need customized tumblers, go check you out some Shop Best on the Yard. Go get you some cute. All right. Okay. So it is now 6:10, guys. This is the time to share this out to all of your friends, your networks, all of this. Okay. Welcome. Happy Thursday. You are watching NPL Legal Dish. This is my twice weekly broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts to entrepreneurs using celebrity and pop culture news. You're probably asking, why did she decide to do this? You're welcome, Shop Best on the Yard. Who by the name, her name is Brittany. She's so cute and little, she's like a little nugget. So why I do this is because of who I am and what I do. I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help you get your business life together, okay? So if you need help with contracts, with getting your business registered with the state, if you need help protecting your brand through trademarks, copyrights, patents, things like that, how to manage your money, how to hire employees properly, I help you do all of that infrastructure stuff. You may be asking why I'm qualified to do this, and I'm so happy that you asked. I've been a licensed attorney for over a decade, going on 13 years now. I've had many careers in the realms of, before I even talk about that, I've started multiple businesses for myself and others. I had my own pet services business a few years ago. I've had clients who've opened on and offline businesses. And they're still in existence today. As well, I've had many careers in the realms of law, education, entrepreneurship, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I'm very passionate. Thank you, girl. I'm very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everybody as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school. But so many of you have these amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful, there are certain concepts that you need to know. No excuses, all right? And that's where I come in. If you are interested in any of my services, you can book a free 15-minute consultation to see how we can work together. And that is a link in my bio, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. There, you're also going to find access to my free EIN workshop that is happening on Monday. The first step when you're setting up a business, if you want to get a business bank account, if you want to be able to establish business credit, if you want to get a business loan, you're going to need an EIN number, and we're going to apply for it together next Monday. It is a free workshop, so get in there. Now, it's Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you cannot make that time, you can purchase a replay of the workshop for just $9 right now. I would suggest you pre-order, because after the workshop is done, the price for the workshop is going up, all right? So if you want to get your workshop replay now, it is only $9, and you can access that using the link in my bio, linktree.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, okay? And for those who attend the workshop, I have a very awesome deal that I'm going to email to you guys on Friday. Thank you, girl. That I'm going to email to you guys on Friday. And you're only going to have like 24 hours to take advantage of it, so make sure you do it, because after 24 hours, it's coming down because it's too good a deal. All right? So now, here's what's going to happen. During this broadcast, I'm going to talk about stories that teach you business concepts. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to want feedback from you, so you've got to pay attention, all right? And as well, if you have questions, because I don't always, think about I don't know what you're thinking, drop them in the comments so I can answer your questions, because that's what I'm here for, okay? And then at the end, if we have time, I'm going to do my best to have about 5 minutes of Q&A with y'all on the stories or whatever topic of your business formation topic of your desire. I think my Lula is frozen. Is it frozen? Oh, thank you. Okay, I think the comments coming through are making it seem slow for me. But all right, so we're going to get started. Here we go. So the first story that we're talking about, I actually meant to talk to you guys about this on Tuesday. If you have ever heard of the company called Volkswagen, if you know what a Volkswagen is, give me a VW in the comments. And for those of you, if you're, I don't know, for some reason, if you're living under a rock and you don't know what Volkswagen is a brand of cars. They are German, they are of German origin. They're known for being very safe, very sturdy. They had a little bit of a snafu a couple of years ago because they had lied on their emissions test and their cars were polluting a lot more than they said. But VW has a long history in the automotive industry, all right? Now, one of the things that you need to know about trademarks is that trademarks, you have to renew them every 10 years. And sometimes what companies do with these renewals is they will revamp their logos just a little bit to make it more palatable, to update with the times, okay? Thank you for the VW Shop Best on the Yard. And this is exactly what Volkswagen has done. I don't know if they've unveiled it already, but Volkswagen has come out with a new logo because they are coming out with a line of energy efficient cars. And they wanted their logo to reflect this new energy efficient focus that they have as a company. So this new logo, I actually haven't seen it yet because they haven't revealed it. But if you looked in my stories the other day, I posted a photo that was a progression of the Volkswagen logo throughout its history. The first one looked very Nazi-ish. I'm really glad they changed it. They had kind of like an iron cross look to it. They took that off real fast, so it's just been the circle ever since then. But they've done little changes to the circle every 10 years or so. So sometimes the inside of the circle will be blue, sometimes it will be black, sometimes it's a little bit more 3D. It's changed over time. So understand that when you have a trademark, when you have a logo, it doesn't mean that you can never change it, but you don't want to change it too much so your audience doesn't recognize you anymore. I remember that the Gap tried to change their logo some years ago. The Gap, they have that dark blue with the white, and they have a very specific font. And they tried to change their logo some years ago. And the public went crazy because they were like, this is way different. We don't like it. People have brand loyalty, and they don't like it when their brands change too much. How many times have you had a product that you used to love for years and years and years, and then you get it back and you're like, what is this? They changed it. They changed the formula. This is different. I don't like it. Brand loyalty is real. So when you're considering changing or revamping your logo or your mark, you want to make sure that you don't go too far from what is your base, from what your customers recognize, okay? So if any of you are out there, do a little search, see if you can find the new Volkswagen logo. I'm going to do a search after the show and post it in the comments if I can find it, all right? Okay. Thank you for the feedback, Shop Best on the Yard. So that is our Volkswagen story. Also wanted to let you guys know that if you would like to advertise your business on my show, I sell 30-second spots starting at $3 a pop, or you can sponsor an entire episode for $10. High seasons change. So if you want to get in on this and have your business talked about on the show, let me know. You can buy an advertising spot at the link in my bio, linktr.ee/nplconsultingfirm. Again, spots start at $3, or you can sponsor an entire episode for $10, okay? Now, let's get back onto these stories. So the next story that we are talking about today has to do with beef. If you eat beef, according to Archie, if you eat beef, put a cow in the comments. Is there a cow emoji? Hi, whoever came in on Facebook. If you eat beef, give me a cow emoji. All right? If you don't eat beef, still give me a cow emoji, because this story is about beef. It's about cows. All right? And hello to the people coming in. Say hi on Facebook. Okay, so here's what happened. We all know that there is a movement towards sustainable living, sustainable eating, sustainable life. And one of the things that people have really been talking about lately is how unsustainable eating beef is. People are very particular about their beef these days. They want grass-fed beef, all this stuff. So there is a company in Wyoming named American Certified Brands, right? And they are hello, Align with Jazz. How are you? And they are suing their former CEO. Hi, Lab A Insurance Agency. That's my insurance bae, y'all. Go follow her for insurance tips. And they're suing their former CEO, Robert Jennings. And here is the story. It's actually kind of, wait. Oh, it's actually kind of, what do you call it? It's actually a little bit confusing. So we have to go backwards, right? Hi, a Florida boy. So you have this company, American Certified Brands, which is owned by 2 Wyoming lawmakers. And then they had this guy, who was a CEO of the company, Robert Jennings, okay? They, according to them, American Certified Brands, they own this company named Wyoming Certified Beef. And this company, Wyoming Certified Beef, thank you. They own the trademark to the word beef chain. Now, what is beef chain? I'm sure you're asking. Beef chain is a trademark that was supposed to represent the state of Wyoming and was also the name for a system to make sure beef was grass-fed. So I'm sure you guys have heard about, cryptocurrency and the blockchain, and everybody's just trying to get on the blockchain, right? People don't even know what the blockchain is, and they're trying to get on it. So these people went and they kind of tried to capitalize on the whole blockchain thing, and they're like, well, we're going to do the beef chain so that you know that the beef that you are consuming is grass-fed. Here's where the problem lies, okay? So the company Wyoming Certified Beef the paperwork was filed by their CEO, Robert Jennings, right? So whenever you register your company with whatever state, you have to file paperwork. You can do it online or you can do it by hand. I do it online. Well, I do it by hand here. Depends on the system. Different states, it depends on what's easiest. But apparently the CEO, Robert Jennings, he went and filed the paperwork for the company, but he put his lawyer, his personal lawyer, as the registered agent for the company. And then on top of that, the other people who ran the company realized that he was running the company ragged. He was moving accounts here and there, and they were like, something fishy is going on. So not only is he running this company into the ground, but he's going around telling people that he personally owns the trademark for Beef Chain, which is owned by this company, Wyoming Certified Beef. Why is he saying he owns the trademark for Beef Chain? Because when he filed the paperwork, he didn't put anybody else's name on it. His is the only person on it, and his attorney is the registered agent. When you are filing for a company, you have to put all of the people who are responsible for that company on the paperwork, and he didn't put nobody else on it. The problem is, while his name may be on the paperwork, 80% of that company is owned by the other company owners. So he doesn't have a majority in terms of how much of the company he owns. So when they realized that he was going around saying that he owned this trademark, and he's like running the company to the ground, they removed him, right? And they also sued him for trademark infringement. So here's the thing. He's saying he does own it. He's like, this is my trademark. I started this Wyoming Certified Beef. I don't know what you people are talking about. American Certified Brands was like, well, we were doing business as Wyoming Certified Beef. So there is a dispute, as time is peachy golden, there is a dispute as to who owns this company. Yes, that is horrible, right? And this costs a lot of money. So they have to go and look at, it's not only the paperwork now, they have to go and look at who's actually running this company. It's because apparently there's a dispute over the paperwork and the agent. And this is why, if you're going to register your company, make sure that you know exactly what's going in your paperwork. You should never be, especially as small business owners, we do not have the luxury of just handing it to any old person to take care of it for us. A lot of times we are doing this paperwork ourselves. So if you're going to register your business, make sure that you have the right names on the paperwork. The people who are supposed to be in charge of the company should be on the paperwork, all right? So American Certified Brands or Wyoming Certified Beef, depending on what side you're on, they are looking for $75,000 from Robert Jennings. But on the other hand, Robert Jennings is saying, well, y'all owe me money and you're just trying to sue me because you don't want to pay your bills to me because I was the CEO. So we're going to wait and see what happens. We have to find out who actually owns this company, Wyoming Certified Beef. Is it American Certified Brands doing business as Wyoming Certified Beef? Or is it this random guy, Robert Jennings, who, filed the paperwork? So I want to know from you as an audience, who do you think is the rightful owner of this company and therefore the trademark Wyoming Certified Beef? Is it this company, American Certified Brands, that is co-owned with Wyoming lawmakers? Or is it this one guy, Robert Jennings, who filed the paperwork? That is the question that I have for you guys. And this story is a good lesson in making sure that you know what's going on in your paperwork. That's how a lot of these celebrities get ripped off by their accountants and attorneys, because they just let them do whatever, and maybe because they don't have the time or the know-how, and they don't know what's going on with, their paperwork, the background, their money, and they end up going broke or they're getting in legal trouble. Shop Best on the Air has a question. In addition to the registration paperwork, what do you think about partnership agreements? Absolutely. When I read the article, there was no mention of a partnership agreement or some type of board of directors agreement. That may come out later, but I'm sure they had, if they are a company worth their salt, there was probably some type of, if not partnership, but employment agreement. I'm sure they didn't just say, yo, come run this company. There was probably paper signed, salary, all this stuff. So as this story develops, we're going to hopefully find out whether they had these agreements in place, what people were supposed to do, all right? But that is a very good question. If you are going into business with other people, it is very important that you have the terms of your coming together written down, whether it's for brief things, if you're just doing one thing together, or if you plan on opening a whole business together that's supposed to go for 20 years. You need to have your contracts, your agreements, solid. If you need help with that, that is something that I do as well. I have custom contracts starting at $107, and you can do a bundle contract, 3 agreements for $217. All right, so if you want to do that, you can hit me up in the DMs and we can get that scheduled. Shop Best on the Yard also asked, will that paperwork save them? It depends on how the company was run. So if Robert Jennings is saying that he was the sole, he's the owner of this company, if they're looking at it and he's the one making all the transactions, nobody else is involved in running this company, and nobody was trying to find out what he was going to do, there's an argument. But there has to be a collection of paperwork, of, paper trail, what happened, there has to be an investigation as to how this company was being run. How did it come about that Robert Jennings was the one filing this paperwork, right? So we're going to wait and see about that. Thank you for your question, Shop Best on the Yard. All right. So, brief break. If you've just come in, we've got some new people in here. You're watching NPL Legal Dish, my twice weekly show where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you have stories that you would like me to talk about, please DM them to me. I would love to talk about your stories because we are actually I'm gonna close early today because there was not a lot in the last couple days. So I need your help so that we can have a full docket, all right? Okay. All right. Okay. Ooh. Next 2 things we're talking about. Guys, we talked about these things a couple of weeks in a row. Had Love Jonesy 5. Remember when I talked to you guys about Ohio State University trying to trademark the word the? Remember, Ohio State University, whenever you talk to them, so my sister goes to Ohio State University, right? And this is how they announce themselves. They said, I go to the Ohio State University. Like, that is how they say it. And the reason why that came about, it was actually a marketing tool for Ohio State University because they kept getting confused with Oregon State University. Hi, Tri-State Media. So they changed their name officially on the legal papers to the Ohio State University. And they started calling themselves that because they didn't want people, to confuse OSU for Ohio State with OSU for Oregon State University. So they started calling themselves the Ohio State University, and recently they filed a trademark application to use the word the on paraphernalia. Now, just like everybody predicted, Ohio State University got denied. Here's why they were denied. They were denied because the word the was merely decorative or ornamental and it does not function as a trademark. They were not using it properly. So they wanted to trademark the word the. Yeah, you do need to know about all the schools, girl. So they wanted to trademark the word the so they could put it on t-shirts. That's not how trademarks work. If you are trying to trademark a design just to put it on a t-shirt, that's not how it works. A trademark is something that represents your brand, your products in the marketplace. It's not the product itself. So think about McDonald's golden arches, right? When you see the golden arches, what do you think of? You think of burgers, you think of fries, you think of Happy Meals. When you see the word the, do you think about Ohio State University? Do you? All right. So that's basically what Ohio State was trying to do. They're like, well, we want the word the so we can like put it on t-shirts. But no, they would basically have had to create a line, some type of product, and the name of the line was the, which is totally impossible. Like, why would the is just, it's not tenable. Anyway, I'm glad that you find this to be good information aligned with Jazz. But anyway, Ohio State University has been denied the trademark for the, as they should have been. I don't know why they filed that thing in the first place, but good luck. Now, another update. King James, the king, has been denied as well. I talked about this two weeks in a row. LeBron James, he tried to trademark the phrase Taco Tuesday for advertising and marketing purposes and like possibly a podcast, right? Now, when I talked about this, this was after the case that I talked about. People did not know that Taco Tuesday is actually trademarked, and there are several trademarks for Taco Tuesday. The main one for actual tacos is owned by a restaurant in Idaho called Taco Joe's. Shop Best on the Yard asks, so do they lose their money? Absolutely. Look, if you file an application with the USPTO, you better be sure, because you're not getting your money back. Period. Period. They're not giving you anything back. So make sure that you know what you're doing when you file your trademarks, okay? So, but LeBron got it. He fine. It's a couple $100. That's like, he got that in his spare change in his couch. But LeBron James has been denied the trademark for Taco Tuesday because it's a phrase commonly used in everyday speech. Now, here's the thing. Trademarks are used to identify your brand in your particular industry. So let's go back to McDonald's. McDonald's golden arches are only good in the fast food industry. There are no golden arches for hair products or power tools, right? But there could be if they wanted to, but who would want to do that? McDonald's golden arches are only good in the fast food industry. So LeBron was trying to trademark Taco Tuesday for podcasting and advertising like that. However, there's already a trademark for it in that arena. There is a company and they have a trademark for Techno Taco Tuesday, and it is for advertising and marketing services. So even if the USPTO didn't object to the fact that it is a common phrase, the fact that somebody already has a trademark in the industry that LeBron wants the trademark in means that he was denied. Now, these denials don't mean that you're done and finished. What you can do is you can file something so that you can kind of argue back with the USPTO. If they say that, your mark isn't distinctive enough, you can redraw it. You can put your mark under another industry. There are things that you can do to change your mark so that maybe the USPTO will agree with you. Hello, Shalise87. Welcome. All right. So LeBron has been denied. Yeah. So, but he's all right. Okay. Okay. This next case that we're talking about, it is from overseas, but I thought it was really good to talk about it because if you have not watched me before, a few months ago, hello, Chanel on that ass. I love it! Chanel on that ass. Hi. So if you, a lot of you are new, welcome to all my new followers. So a couple of months ago, or a few months ago, I talked about the case how a lot of people in Kenya were very upset because they found out that Disney had trademarked the phrase Hakuna Matata. Now, if you don't know, Hakuna Matata is an actual phrase in Swahili. And if you don't know what the Lion King is, I don't know where you've been at, okay? It's a phrase in Swahili. However, if you were in the American market, you never heard Hakuna Matata before The Lion King came out, right? But like last year, there was a big uproar amongst Kenyans over the fact that Disney has had a trademark for Hakuna Matata for over 20 years, right? And they were saying that, this is cultural appropriation. Disney should give up the trademark. This isn't right. This is an actual language. But at the end of the day, Disney is not giving up that trademark. They make money off that trademark, right? So I brought Shop Best on the Yard and said, what? I didn't know it was a real phrase, and I'm a Disney, but it is a real phrase, girl. It actually means no worries. Disney did their homework and they went and they did the background check into Swahili phrases and they trademarked it for merchandising. So this brings me to the next case. So if you have ever heard of the country New Zealand, give me a Z. Give me a Z. New Zealand is close to Australia. They are affectionately known as Kiwis. And the indigenous people over there are known as the Maori, Maori. So, like the Aboriginal people, they are known as the Maori, right? So, New Zealand, they have an airline. Most countries have an airline. Thank you for the Z align with Jazz. New Zealand has an airline called, thank you Shop Best on the Yard, called Air New Zealand, right? and they are trying to trademark the phrase Kia ora. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't speak Maori, but that is the best that I can do with the spelling that I'm given. They're trying to trademark the phrase Kia ora. And that is a Maori phrase that means literally to be well. It is the Maori phrase for hello. And the indigenous people of New Zealand, the Maori, they are up in arms about this. They're like, this is our culture. This is our language. How are you going to take this and make this the phrase of your airline, right? And they're just like, look, we have a sizable population here. New Zealand is not even that big. They're like, we will stop using your Air New Zealand stuff. There are other airlines. You're not the only ones here. So the reason why I brought this case up again is because it reminded me of the Hakuna Matata Disney case. So I want to know from you guys, do you think that Air New Zealand should go ahead with trying to trademark this phrase Kia ora? This is the Maori phrase for hello. It is someone's language that they speak. It is their culture. Do you think it's okay for someone to trademark that? And while you answer that, I want you to think about Kim Kardashian. When she initially was doing her shapewear line, she tried to name it kimono, right? And everybody was up in an uproar. She got a letter from the Japanese government saying it's cultural appropriation, and she changed it, right? So this is, so what do you guys think? Do you think Air New Zealand should pay the Maori any attention, or should they just go ahead and try and get their money and trademark this phrase that means hello? We need participation, guys. I want to hear your answers, all right? And after this, we actually only have one more case, and then I'm going to answer your questions about your businesses, and I'm going to talk about the EIN workshop that is happening on Monday, all right? We have a short show today. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of stories. That's why I need y'all to be my eyes and ears out in these streets. Send me the stories so that we can have these hour-long shows and have these discussions, okay? Y'all don't have an opinion on the Maori phrase? Well, I'll tell you my opinion. I don't think that Air New Zealand should trademark the phrase Kia ora because it's cultural. Like, okay, I am from Haiti, okay, or my family is. I speak Creole. There are certain phrases that are, very synonymous with Haitian culture. If you ask anybody about Haiti, they probably leave it. Okay, according to Archie said, leave it be, respect the Aboriginals. Align with Jazz said they shouldn't take their culture for profit. I agree with y'all. So my family's from Haiti, right? There are some common phrases for Haiti. There's one, sac passe, which means how you're doing, and na boule, which is the response. It's like, it literally means we're burning, but it just means, we're fine. But if any person who was not of Haitian descent tried to trademark these phrases to make money, I would be up in arms. Look, I wasn't even born in Haiti, but that's my culture, and I would be like, yo, you're not even Haitian, and you're trying to take our phrases. So I understand why these groups of people are upset. And I agree with you guys, align with Jazz, and according to Archie, that they should not be trying to infringe on these people's culture. All right? Cool. So thank you guys so much for your participation. We only have one more story. We're going to do a quick reset, but Shop Best on the Yard has a comment. I think you should be able to trademark some phrases, but things as comment and hello and other greetings should not be trademarked. That's a good argument. But what if it is a phrase that is like quintessential to the culture? So, we don't all know all the languages, but certain cultures, they have phrases that are very integral and they're like idioms. We don't necessarily get the meaning. But you might hear on the show and you're like, ooh, that's cute. I want to make it the name of my thing or whatever. Right? And somebody, what if it has a religious meaning? And you want to trademark it because you want to sell basketballs. And somebody's like, no, I don't want you to use my religious word to sell basketballs. Right? But that is an argument. Maybe not common phrases, maybe more obscure phrases. But obscure phrases can be very sacred to people. Right? Okay. Thank you guys for your feedback on that. Okay. So we're going to do a quick reset before our last story. You are watching NPL Legal Dish, my twice weekly show where we learn business and legal concepts using celebrity and pop culture news. I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help you get your business paperwork in order, make sure you have contracts, make sure you're registered with the state, make sure you have EIN numbers. Speaking of EIN numbers, I have a free workshop happening this Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to get our EIN numbers together in live real time. If you cannot make it on Monday, or if you would like a copy of this to keep after the workshop, it is on sale during pre-order for just $9. The price goes up after the workshop. So if you want this copy of the workshop, get it now while it's $9. Shop Best on the Yard asked, that's true, but I guess my question is how can you govern that? I don't know if there's a way you can govern that. I think that would require you to, really discuss it with the group. Yay, I'm glad you signed up according to Archie. Shop Best on the Yard. I think that the only way that you can really govern that is if you add people to the conversation. So when Air New Zealand was saying, hey, we should trademark Kia Ora for our phrase, were there any Maori people on that board who they discussed it with? When Disney trademarked Hakuna Matata, did you have any Kenyan people or people who speak Swahili on the board who are like, I don't think that's a good idea? In order to know that you are offending people, those people have to be in the room. If there's nobody in the room, you don't know, right? Okay, so I guess that's an argument for inclusion, making sure that your company is diverse so that it can be competitive and you don't offend people, because we have a global society now. You can't really hide anything, so you've got to be careful. You have to be careful about what you're doing on these streets because you don't know who you're going to offend, all right? Okay. So as I was saying about the workshop, you can reserve your copy for $9 right now before the workshop. After the workshop, the price is going up. Haven't decided on the final price yet. I have to work that out tonight. As well, if you are a newcomer, if we have never spoken before, you can book 15-minute free consultations using the link in my bio, linktr.ee/nplconsultingfirm. All right? So we are getting to our last story. Okay, all my streetwear fans out here, if you have heard of the brand Hypebeast, give me an H in the comments. Hypebeast. They are a 10-year-old company based out in Hong Kong, and they specialize in very expensive streetwear. I did not realize that streetwear was such a culture. I was actually watching Newsy the other day, and there was a whole segment on streetwear conventions, and these are the Comic-Con conventions, which I love, but streetwear is a big thing, and Hypebeast is a big name in the streetwear movement. Okay, so now here's the thing. This guy, Hong Kong, Hypebeast is based in Hong Kong. This guy in the United States started his own company called Hypebeast Pets. And in this company, he makes these high-end, streetwear things, but he designs them for dogs. So you can get a Supreme dog hoodie, or dog tags, or booties, or whatever you want to put on your pet. Y'all know how much I love Toby, but I would never buy these things for Toby, right? So he makes pet versions of popular streetwear and high-end brands. You can get Louis Vuitton for him, whatever. Okay? The problem is, this guy who owns Hypebeast Pets doesn't have any permission from any of the brands that he's making clothing for. So these Louis Vuitton hoodies that people are buying for their pets, these Supreme, I don't know, whatever you want to put on your dog, sweaters that you're buying, they're not authorized. And he could actually be open to a lot of lawsuits. However, I'm sure these brands probably won't, just because it's not worth the trouble, because no one's going to believe that they made it, right? However, the problem again also with him making all this stuff is that the way he designed his website, he basically copied the Hypebeast website and just put pets under it, and he's making it seem like he is affiliated with the Hypebeast brand. He's since Hypebeast Pets, he has since launched Hype Bay and Hype Kids. Okay, now. I've talked before about parody cases there was a case where Louis Vuitton was trying to sue this bag company called My Other Bag because they were selling these like plastic little bag things that were called Pooey Paton. And it basically looked like the poop emoji, but kind of Louis Vuittoned up. And Louis Vuitton was trying to go to court saying, people are going to think that we're making this, and this is a dilution of our brand. And the court was like, girl, please, nobody's going to believe that Louis Vuitton is making this. So there is an argument that this, the owner of Hypebeast Pets could make is that, look, no one is going to believe that Supreme and Louis Vuitton and all of these brands are making pet clothes. So it is a parody, right? That could be his argument. The problem is he don't have no money, or I don't think he has that much money. Defending a trademark infringement suit is very expensive. You have to pay attorneys. You have to pay for discovery. Everything comes out of your pocket. Now, I'm sure Hypebeast has the money because Hypebeast has been in business for over 10 years, and they're an overseas company. We're making billions of dollars. This is one guy making some clothes in his basement. Do you think he has the money to go up against Hypebeast in a court of law? That is an actual question I would like you to answer. But, you know, there is... I've talked about how there's like there's an exception. If you know that there is no way that the company would make an item, there's kind of a loophole. So if you remember, I talked about this case about Cash Doll a while ago. Cash Doll, she's a female rapper, and she had a Louis Vuitton bulletproof vest with a matching musket and face mask, all Louis Vuittoned out. And I was like, I asked y'all, how could she do this? The way that she did this was because when you buy a genuine article item, if I buy an item from Louis Vuitton, a big bag, and if I want to take that item up and I want to cut it up into a million pieces, make myself a hat or a bulletproof vest or a mask, I can do that because I purchased it legally, right? I can do whatever I want with it. Now, can I sell it? I can, as long as I say it is altered, or the word that people use now, custom made, right? So when you see a lot of these like high-end brands, high-end things, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, whatever, that are like reworked into new items, people bought the genuine items and reworked them into new things that the original high-end brand doesn't sell. And they can sell them because they said this is altered, it's custom, it's something I made special, all right? So essentially, that is the argument that the owner of Hypebeast could use against, Hypebeast Pets could use against Hypebeast, but you don't have the money. And on top of that, you're not even buying genuine articles. You're literally just making, copies of their designs and making pet wear out of it. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Hypebeast, this 10-year-old company out in Hong Kong that's making billions of dollars, should worry about this company that's making clothes for pets? Or should they just leave them alone? What do you think? What do y'all think? Oh wow, this took more time than I thought. So I want to know what you guys think. We're gonna do Q&A starting in about 4 minutes. So what do you guys think about this Hypebeast case? Do you think Hypebeast should have even gone after this guy for making clothes for animals? Mind you, he's also started a line to make these high-end streetwear items for children. And I don't know what Hype Bay is, but I'm assuming it's for women. I don't know. But what do y'all think? I think that he pushed it. Because if you look in my stories, I posted a picture asking if it was too close for comfort, and it shows the initial page when you pull up the two websites for Hypebeast and Hypebeast Pets, and they look exactly the same, except the pet one has pets under it. So anybody going to this website would look at it and say, oh, Hypebeast has a pets division, and most likely might mistake this guy's company for being affiliated with Hypebeast. And this is why trademarks are important. Your trademark is supposed to represent your brand in the marketplace. So if somebody out here goes and uses my mark and tries to, make it their own, you're basically saying that I have endorsed you, which I have not. My endorsement is money, right? So what do you guys think about Hypebeast versus Hypebeast Pets? Because after that, we're going to get into your questions about your businesses. All right. While I wait for your answers, don't forget to sign up for the free EIN workshop. Don't forget to secure your copy of the replay for $9. You are not guaranteed a replay just because you are in the workshop. If you're in the workshop, you're in. But if you want a copy of it, it's $9. Get it now before it goes up, okay? As well, book your free 15-minute consultations using the link in my bio, linktr.ee/nplconsultingfirm. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, that link is also where you can find access to my YouTube page where I have old episodes of NPL Legal Dish and where you can get access to my podcast. I'm a big nerd, y'all, a big business nerd, so I have a lot of things that, I put out. Beauty Body Bianca, hey girl. Hi, Francisco Ortiz. But yeah, so those are the stories that I have for you today. Now we are open for Q&A. I guess, Hypebeast wasn't exciting as a story as I thought. But what do you guys have questions about the stories that we talked about today? Do you have questions about the business formation process? How do you get started? Do you have questions about the workshop that's happening this Monday? While you guys drop your questions, I'll tell you a little bit more about what it's going to be like. So we're going to talk about what an EIN number is. We're going to talk about why you need it. EIN number is very important if you're planning on doing anything financial with your company. If you want a business loan, if you want credit cards, if you want, what's the other thing? If you want a business bank account, you need an EIN number. There's a lot of things that, if you want to do payroll, there's a lot of things that you need in order, for your business that are going to require an EIN number. We're going to talk about, what the hours are, because you can't just get an EIN number any time of day or night. How many EIN numbers can you get? What do you need to have in order? Because there is some information that you need to have beforehand if you're going to file your EIN number correctly. So it's going to be very comprehensive. It's going to be about an hour, and then we're going to have time for Q&A in case you guys are having trouble. But everything is going to be real time, where you're going to get the link to actually go to the website and do it. We're going to do it all together. So I hope you guys are ready to work, all right? And don't forget to pick up the copy for $9 while it's available before it goes up. I'm trying to save y'all some money. Also, for those signed up for the workshop, there is going to be a special deal for you that I'm going to be emailing out. I'm going to be emailing it out between Friday and Sunday. So look out in your emails, all right? And it's going to be a really good deal, so I would suggest that you hop up on it because it's only going to be 24 hours and then it's gone. But it's only for people who've signed up for the workshop, okay? Yeah. So I think that is all that I have for you today. You guys have been such a lovely audience. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for just being amazing. We will be back here on Tuesday, 6 p.m. More stories. If you have stories, please send them to me. I would love to talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you want to talk to me about your business, go set up your consultation. And I'm going to get off here now because I have got a phone conference with some lovely, lovely women. We're trying to get our businesses together. We got to collaborate. So good night, y'all. Be blessed, be happy, be productive. Bye.